My name is Robert Bauman. I go by Robbie. I grew up in Wilmington, North Carolina. I'm the youngest of three, and I actually didn't grow up Catholic. My mother is a nurse in the neonatal intensive care unit. My father is actually a Protestant clergyman. He's a United Methodist clergyman. There's kind of two extremes when a Protestant becomes Catholic, and so one extreme is kind of, you're not a Christian anymore, were you ever really a Christian in the first place? And the other extreme is kind of like more indifferent, relative. And so the reason why I say that is because my family's been more, supportive in terms of my pursuit of the Catholic faith and my pursuit of the priesthood. And so it's opened up some really good conversations with them to be able to answer questions they have, and to talk about the beauty of the priesthood and be able to answer, instead of perhaps being angry about the possibility of me becoming a priest one day. They're more interested and open to hearing the opinion and insight, what I think is the mind of the church regarding the beauty of the life of celibacy and giving up the married life, and what the priesthood is all about. And so I think it's really opened up some really good conversations amongst us, and with my father too, and my mother. So I think this past year has been learning about what does it mean to be a man. St. Paul, in his letter to the Corinthians, in this beautiful canticle of love, 1 Corinthians 13, when he has all these beautiful comments, insights inspired by the Holy Spirit about what love, the nature of love is. It's in that passage where St. Paul wrote, "When I was a child, I thought like a child, I reasoned like a child, but when I became a man, I put aside childish ways." And so I think it's beautiful that in the same way, we have all this conversation about what is love, and St. Paul says, that there's that maturation, that metaphor he uses from going from a child to a man. And I think here at the seminary, learning what is it, in order for us to be a good priest, we have to first be a good man, and hopefully one day to become a saint, wherever God is calling us to be. And so learning about all these elements of what it means to be a man of God, particularly fidelity. We have such a great orarium every day here at the seminary, life of prayer and responsibility and study, and different things we're entrusted with to serve the common good of St. Joseph's. So I think learning that fidelity, I think learning that spirit of sacrifice, and all the unexpected opportunities that present themselves to be able to give ourselves more to God for the good of our community when we're asked in different ways. I think the seminary life, the model of seminarians is St. John the Baptist. St. John the Baptist was one who spent so much time out in the wilderness where he could learn how to better listen to the voice of God, live a life of simplicity, in order to one day, to seek union with God, but in order to one day to prepare the way of the Lord. And so I think St. John the Baptist is a great model for us as seminarians, because for the past school year, and this is how it is every year for seminarians, we're tucked away from the noise and the everything that's going on in the city life, to be able to learn how to listen better to the voice of God with the help of His grace, and to grow in the knowledge of God and the love of God in the life of simplicity. And so then we get these opportunities to go out and to have an active apostolate again, and it's just such a joy to be with the people of God who one day, God willing, we will serve. So I'm very much excited to get back into the parish and to be, insofar as however the Lord wants me to do it, to prepare the way of the Lord in that parish setting, and hopefully one day as a priest. But I think particularly going off to theology, two things that really excite me, kind of to extend that point I just mentioned, I think with the apostolate. And so obviously the heart, the apostolate is the interior life and life of prayer. But I think to have more time to serve in different capacities, and to grow in how to be a better shepherd, please God, if I am one day as a priest.